I thought it was the end, but it was actually just the beginning.
We finally got a first-look image from Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and it actually shows one of the cast members in action. Oscar Isaac is looking pretty intense as Dr. Frankenstein, holding a mysterious vial. He definitely looks the part. We're pumped to see more, but for now, this still has us pretty excited. If this sneak peek is already this good, imagine how amazing the full trailer or even the movie will be. It's been a great year for the Universal monsters, and we're pretty confident Del Toro's Frankenstein will be incredible. This image has us even more convinced. Who is Oscar Isaac's Dr. Frankenstein talking to in this first look image from Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein? No clue. What's in the vial he's holding? Still a mystery. But is his vest corseted and cinched? Absolutely. And honestly, props to Guillermo del Toro for that. So far, everything we've seen from the movie, okay, it's just 3 images, looks rich, intense, and downright incredible. The official description for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, released alongside the first look at Oscar Isaac, tells us Oscar-winning director Guillermo del Toro adapts Mary Shelley's classic story of Victor Frankenstein, a brilliant but egotistical scientist who brings a creature to life in a monstrous experiment that ultimately leads to the downfall of both the creator and his tragic creation. The movie is now officially set for release in November 2025, which feels like a long wait, but we're definitely ready to be patient for this one. We're also excited to see Jacob Elordi take on the role of Frankenstein's monster/creature. The Wrap, who got a glimpse of some first-look footage alongside this image, described Del Toro's version of the monster as heavily inspired by the illustrations of Bernie Wrightson, first published by Marvel Comics in 1983, with stringy black hair, a thin and sinewy face and body, and deep, soulful eyes. Sounds like it's going to be something special. This movie has definitely been a long time coming, almost 2 decades in the making. Back in 2007, Guillermo del Toro talked about a project he would kill to make, a faithful Miltonian tragedy version of Frankenstein, and even praised Frank Darabont's pretty much perfect script, which eventually became Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein. By January 2008, Del Toro had already started working on sketches to visualize the world of the film and was taking script notes, but then the WGA strike hit, which put everything on pause. The following month, Del Toro said of his vision, "What I'm trying to do is take the myth and do something with it, but combining elements of Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein without making it just a classical myth of the monster. The best moments in my mind of Frankenstein, of the novel, are yet to be filmed. The only guy that has ever nailed for me the emptiness, not the tragic, not the Miltonian dimension of the monster, but the emptiness is Christopher Lee in the Hammer films, where he really looks like something obscenely alive. Boris Karloff has the tragedy element nailed down, but there are so many versions, including that great screenplay by Frank Darabont that was ultimately not really filmed." In September of 2008, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein project officially got underway through his 3-year first-look deal with Universal Pictures, alongside other films he was announced to direct, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Slaughterhouse-5, and Drood. Del Toro cited Bernie Wrightson's iconic Frankenstein illustrations as a major influence and made it clear that his film would not be a direct adaptation of Mary Shelley's novel, but rather an adventure story that involves the creature. He had even hoped that Wrightson would help design the creature itself. Despite the early buzz, by 2009, Del Toro said production wouldn't likely start for at least another 4 years. However, he had already cast Doug Jones, his frequent collaborator, as Frankenstein's monster and was beginning makeup tests. Unfortunately, Jones later revealed that the project was shelved due to Universal's focus on the Dark Universe franchise. At Comic-Con 2010, Del Toro shared that Frankenstein was his favorite novel in the world, and in 2013, he expressed interest in casting Benedict Cumberbatch as the monster. By 2014, Del Toro said he was still hesitant to dive into the project, even though Universal's chairperson, Donna Langley, had approached him multiple times about making it happen. Del Toro referred to the film as his dream project, which is why he was cautious about moving forward with it. In 2020, while promoting Antlers, Guillermo del Toro revealed that, given the proper funding, he would love to adapt Frankenstein into a 2- or 3-part film due to the complexity of the book and its shifting points of view. The project finally gained traction in 2023 when Netflix, with whom Del Toro had a multi-year deal to produce projects, stepped in. After the success of Pinocchio at the 95th Academy Awards, Variety reported that Del Toro was set to write and direct the film, with Andrew Garfield, Oscar Isaac, and Mia Goth being considered for roles. By September 2023, Del Toro confirmed that filming would begin in February 2024 and revealed that Christoph Waltz had joined the cast. However, in January 2024, Jacob Elordi replaced Garfield as the monster due to scheduling conflicts caused by the SAG-AFTRA strikes. Felix Kammerer, Lars Mikkelsen, David Bradley, Christian Convery, and Charles Dance also joined the cast in undisclosed roles. In April 2024, Del Toro announced that Ralph Ineson would have a pivotal cameo in the film. While the movie is no longer directly tied to the Universal Monsters franchise, it still includes Dr. Pretorius, a character originally created for Bride of Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro's film adaptation of Frankenstein closely follows Mary Shelley's original novel, telling the story of Victor Frankenstein, a young man from an upper-class family in Geneva. Obsessed with alchemy in his youth, Victor eventually shifts his focus to modern sciences like chemistry and electricity. After his mother Caroline dies of scarlet fever, he attends the University of Ingolstadt, where he discovers a way to create life and uses it to bring a grotesque humanoid creature to life. Horrified by what he has done, Victor flees. The creature, now alive, escapes into the world, learning about fire and avoiding humans who are frightened by his appearance. He secretly observes a family and learns to speak and write by watching them. After revealing himself, the family chases him away, and when the creature saves a young girl from drowning, her father shoots him, mistaking his rescue for an attack. Angered by humanity's rejection, the creature tracks down Victor in Geneva, but instead encounters his young brother William. Realizing William is part of Victor's family, the creature kills him and frames Victor's servant Justine for the crime. Although Victor suspects the creature's involvement, he remains passive while Justine is executed. Later, while hiking on Mer de Glace, Victor meets the creature again, who shares his story and begs Victor to create a female companion, believing it's his only chance for happiness. Despite his doubts, Victor agrees. In a crucial moment, the creature pleads with Victor, "O Frankenstein, be not equitable to every other, and trample upon me alone, to whom thy justice and even thy clemency and affection is most due. Remember that I am thy creature. I ought to be thy Adam, but I am rather the fallen angel, whom thou drivest from joy for no misdeed. Everywhere I see bliss, from which I alone am irrevocably excluded. I was benevolent and good. Misery made me a fiend. Make me happy, and I shall again be virtuous." Victor and his friend Henry travel to Britain, where Victor sets up a lab in Orkney to create the female creature. However, Victor fears the consequences of his creations reproducing, and in a panic, destroys the incomplete female creature. In revenge, the original creature kills Henry. Victor, devastated by his loss, returns to Geneva. He marries Elizabeth Lavenza, but on their wedding night, the creature murders her. Shortly after, Victor's father dies of grief. With no family left, Victor vows to hunt down the creature. Victor chases the creature across the Arctic, nearly dying from exhaustion and hypothermia. He's rescued by Captain Robert Walton, who's leading an expedition to the North Pole. Victor shares his story, urging the crew to continue their journey, but they abandon the mission. In his weakened state, Victor vows to keep chasing the creature, but dies aboard the ship. As the ship leaves the Arctic, the creature comes aboard, mourns Victor's death, and tells Walton he plans to end his life by setting himself on fire on a pyre before disappearing into the wilderness. That's all for today. What do you think about this first look at Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein? Are you excited to see Oscar Isaac take on the role of Victor Frankenstein? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on more updates and breakdowns of upcoming films and series. Catch you in the next one.